Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Christine. Today we are doing a full face of Dior makeup. I have so much makeup here to try on. I spent a lot of monies for this video, okay? So my skin is all prepped. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and dive in. So first and foremost, I feel like my skin is looking so good, and I just used this Kinship Self-Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing Sunscreen. This is actually new in my collection. I picked this up in my latest Shot With Me video from Creaseless Beauty. I believe this is a clean sunscreen. Used it today. It looks absolutely incredible. So 10 out of 10 if you're looking for a new sunscreen. So I've done a few of these full face videos. I love luxury makeup, but I never really want to spend the money. So I'm going to test all these products out for you, give you my honest review, and let you know what's worth it and what is not. So first off, the Dior Show Brow Styler. This is in the shade Black. This actually doesn't have a lid or anything to it. You kind of just screw it out and the little product comes out right there, which is really nice. It comes out with a little spoolie as well. It looks like it has a really fine tip, so I'm going to go ahead and speed through my eyebrows. Okay, so that is the brows before and after. I did go in with my Got To Be Spiking Glue. I do have a video all about brow waxes, all of my favorites, and my current go-to brow routine. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'll go ahead and link it up in the corner. But the pencil alone, I really like. I feel like it was really pigmented, easy to use. I actually do not mind that it comes in a little like thing without a lid because it's super quick and easy to use. I wasn't able to get as good of like little strokes that I normally do, and I feel like for this little product, this brow pencil was $29. That's a little expensive. I feel like for the price, it is pretty good, but not something that I would go out of my way and spend that extra money for. I feel like the Benefit Precision Brow Pencil is just as good, but I wasn't mad at this. I like it. Packaging's really pretty. The color's on point. So if you want to have a bougie brow pencil, I do really enjoy this. Do I think it's worth $29? I don't know. I feel like I would give the brow pencil a 8 out of 10. I really enjoy it. It's not as good as the Benefit Precision Pencil. Anyways, let me go ahead and finish my brows and I'll be right back. Brows are on. Let's move on with the eyes. I don't really wear eyeshadow anymore. I've been a little bit lazy, but of course we have to use this eyeshadow palette. This is the Dior Backstage Eye Palette. I don't know if I want to play off the reds yet, so let's just see. I'm gonna pick up some of this eye primer and pat it onto the lid. I don't normally prime my eyes, but we have this one here in the palette, so might as well use it. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but a little bit drier, which actually don't mind. And then I'm just going in with a black sponge and just making sure that that is fully blended out. We don't want patchy eyeshadow. And then I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here just as a little transition color. And I'm using a Morphe M441 brush, packing that on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna blend it in. I'm actually meeting my manager for dinner and drinks today. I'm so excited. And then tomorrow I'm going skating with one of my girlfriends, Amina. I've been hanging out with her a lot lately. She's one of Rachel's friends. If you guys saw my latest Utah vlog, Rachel's my girlfriend that I went to Utah with. We're all going to the beach tomorrow. I'm really excited. We're gonna do some skating on the boardwalk and I'm excited. Also, since we got back from Utah, Brand and I have been wanting to go on more hikes. I feel like LA has a few good hikes, and we've lived here now for almost 3 years and haven't really been able to explore a whole lot. Okay, that was a little scary. I thought it was gonna be patchy, but it actually blended out really easily. Also, I'm gonna do a wear test of today's makeup look so you can see how long the face makeup lasts and all of that good stuff. It's around 2 o'clock right now. I also booked tickets back to Seattle with Brandon, which I'm really excited for. I got fully vaccinated a couple of weeks ago, so now I'm like ready to see all my friends, see my family. I haven't been back since February, which really was not that long ago, but I'm excited to see everyone again. So now I think I want to go in with this red bronzy shade. This one is called Red Copper, and I'm just gonna pack that all over my eyelid. That is so pretty. Wow. And then I have a smaller brush here. This is the Luxie Small Tapered Blending Brush. I think I just want to pick up a slightly deeper shade. And I like patting with the shadows just because I feel like it does a really good job of laying it down. And then I'll go in with the circular motions to really blend it out. Okay, you can see that color is just a little bit redder. On camera, it looks really red. But since we are doing the eyes first, I have like nothing on my skin, so it'd be really easy to clean this up in a second. Okay, so that's laid down. I'm gonna take a flat brush and clean up the edges. Okay, that's not quite doing it. So I have this little makeup remover round thing. And I didn't pick up any additional product or anything. I feel like my skin is so hydrated. So just to clean it up a little bit, and then taking this brush just for a little more precision. I'm gonna pick up some of this dark brown with a flat angled brush. I'm gonna pack this along my lash line just as a little liner. And then I'm just taking out my sponge to blend out the edges because I feel like it's a little bit harsh, but I'm happy with that. I'm gonna throw on a little bit of mascara. I always use the Heroin Make Volume and Curl Mascara first. Actually, this one is the Long and Curl. This one is a little bit different because it has a little curved wand, but I always have to use this mascara first because my lashes are so straight. So using this is ultra waterproof, so it allows my lashes to hold its curl all day. So I just do a really thin coat of this. Then I'm very excited for this. I'm gonna use the Dior Iconic Over Curl Mascara. I read a lot of reviews before deciding to use this one. It also has a curved wand. This is my lashes before, just for reference. One super thin coat of that waterproof mascara, and then going in with this Dior one. Okay, what? Wait, look at my lashes. That made them so thick, and I love that this doesn't really clump too much. My lashes still look really, really defined, but it helps to add a lot of volume and thickness without making it look too thick. I almost feel like I don't even need falsies because that looks really, really good. I'm actually gonna move forward with the face makeup and we'll finish up the under eyes, lower lash, and all that stuff afterwards. This eyeshadow palette is gorgeous. Also 8 out of 10. The matte I struggled with a little bit. I've owned this palette for like over a year now and I've used it many times, so I already know how I feel about it. For me, it's expensive. It's $49. The colors are really pretty, and I feel like the color scheme is really easy to use. You know, everything goes along really, really well. So if this is right up your alley, I think you will really enjoy it. Mascara, very impressed. 9 out of 10. We'll have to see how it wears, but let's move on with the face makeup. I'm really excited for this. I have the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I have it in the shade 3WO, and I've heard so much about this foundation. I'm so excited to try it. I haven't even used it yet, so you're gonna get a true first impressions from me. Okay, first impressions. It's actually not as liquidy as I thought. Hopefully this color will match. It does look a little bit deep and yellow, but we definitely can work with it. It does look a little bit deep. Also do feel like with formulas like this that you have to use your fingers to blend, and I didn't even use all the amount that I pumped out, so I feel like this is all I'm gonna need for my face. Holy, do you see? That is so pretty. It gives a very light coverage. I almost want to say it's like light medium. Definitely not medium, but it gives a little bit more than skin tints. If you look on both sides of my face, it's just like a touch deeper, but it really helps to even out my skin tone. The finish is really, really pretty, and I'm actually really liking the way that it looks. So let's do the other side. And this side, let's use a brush just to see. Okay, so with the brush side, you can see there's quite a bit more coverage as expected, but the finish of it is still really, really pretty. I feel like I don't really have a preference with the brush. The foundation looks like it's sitting on my skin a little bit more, but it does give that extra bit of coverage. So if you want a little bit more coverage, I do like using a brush with it, but I think I'm gonna go in with my sponge just because I feel like I prefer more skin-like finish. So pretty, very impressed. Look how pretty that is. That finish is just gorgeous. I haven't set it or anything yet, and this is just one layer, and the coverage that is giving me is very, very impressive. It gave me definitely more coverage than I was expecting. Face and Body Foundation is $40, which is kind of expensive for what it is, and it looks like it comes in 45 different shades. There's not a whole lot of deeper skin tones, but I do appreciate that they do have a lot of shades of this. Next, I picked up the Dior Forever Concealer. This is also in the shade 3WO, and honestly, it's a little bit deep for me, so I do regret not getting a lighter shade in it. The applicator looks real nice. See, it is nice too that we went in with the eyes first, so I could use concealer to kind of clean up the eye makeup. I do wish it was just like a touch lighter because I feel like it's not really giving me a brightening effect. It's more so just like covering any of the dark spots that I have. Going in with a little buffer brush. I always do this just to buff out my under eyes and make sure it looks really flawless and not super cakey. And so that is the skin. So far, so good. Really, really pretty. I don't know if you could see up close, but what pores. Okay, Dior. I'm gonna use this Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder. This is also in the shade 3 Neutral, and I haven't used this yet, so I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna go in with this to set my makeup. So I'm just gonna go in with my sponge, make sure all my creases are blended out, and have this little hourglass brush. I'm just gonna pick up some of this powder and pat it into my skin. I've heard from a lot of people that have dry skin that they really, really like it. I have oily, acne prone skin, so we'll have to see. Right now, it's not doing a lot of mattifying. It's just doing like a really light coverage. Not a whole lot of powders coming out, which may not be a bad thing. I feel like if you have really dry skin or you don't really like face powders, I think you might really, really like this one. There's not much of a difference up close. It looks like a little bit more mattified, just like a touch. Not a huge difference, but I'm not mad at it. Skin is all ready. I'm really excited. I have cheated. I've used this a couple of times just because it's so pretty. I couldn't help it. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush. This is in the shade Coral. I couldn't decide if I wanted the pink or coral color, but I feel like this one would be better with my skin tone. And this randomly has a mirror. I wish the other products had mirrors. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. This blush is not super pigmented. I feel like I'm really tapping in here and not really getting a whole lot of product, which actually is not a bad thing because I feel like it's very buildable and almost kind of like foolproof because you can't put too much, you know? That is really pretty. I feel like the tones in here are really cute and it goes really well with the eyes, so I'm happy with that. Dior also has these glowy highlighter palettes that looked really, really pretty, but I just feel like I didn't need it, you know? And I bought enough makeup, so I am gonna just do a little bit of this hourglass bronzer just to kind of bronze up my cheeks a little bit just because I feel like I need a little bit more definition. Now we can go back in and finish the eyes. I'm gonna pick up the same red shimmery shade from earlier on the same brush, and then using my same hack that I always do, pinch it, and then I'm gonna just pat this in the like first inner half of my lower lash line, if you will. And then using a smaller brush, picking up that same deeper shade, and then I'm using that on the outer half. And then we'll use that same Dior mascara and do my lower lash line. Okay, that effect on my lower lash line, so pretty. And then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this highlighter shade and I'm gonna use that to highlight my inner corner. It's not really as bright as I was hoping. I'm gonna take that down the bridge of my nose as well. We are almost done. I just have 2 more little lippies that I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use both, but we'll start with this Lip Glow Color Reviver Balm. This is also in the shade Coral. So it looks very vibrant. I haven't even used this yet. Look, we have so many like oranges going on. So we'll see how this looks directly on the lips. Oh, it smells good. It kind of smells like those round peppermint lifesaver mints. You know what I'm talking about? It's very hydrating and adds like a really cute pop of color, but I feel like I just need a little bit more depth. I feel like this would be definitely a good product to pop in your bag. It's cute. So next we'll go in with the Dior Lip Glow Oil. I already know I love this. This is such a pretty color. This is in the shade Rosewood. It has a pretty like big applicator as well. So pretty. So this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm back. I did decide to do a lot of other things. I used these false lashes, cut them in half. I used these Love Scene falsies, and this is in the style Axel. I went ahead and cut them in half and then just put them on the outer edges of my eyes. I popped a little liner onto my top waterline, and I feel like this so much more pulls the look together. It makes it look a lot more glam. Like I said, I'm going out to get dinner and drinks, so I'm excited to see how this wears. I feel like this look is a little bit more appropriate for that occasion. It is 3 o'clock right now. I did apply the foundation around 2:30. I'm gonna do a couple of check-ins and share with you guys how everything applied. It's around 6:15, so I've now worn this makeup for around 4 hours. This is the direct sunlight and how the skin is looking. The makeup looks really good. Up close, you can see everything still looks really good. A little bit of my oils are coming through. I normally get oily around my T-zone area, but I feel like I'm getting it all over my face, but that's because I have really oily skin, and this foundation is so lightweight, and I feel like because the powder is also super lightweight and didn't really mattify when I first applied it, I didn't expect much, but for 4 hours of wear, this still looks really, really good. So far, so good. The makeup looks really good. The mascara hasn't smudged or anything like that, so far, really impressed. I'll check back in a few hours. Hello friends, it is now 10:15. I've been now wearing this makeup now for almost 8 hours, and let me just show you the whole situation. It is greasy. I'm oily, but I normally have very oily skin. No matter what makeup I'm wearing after this amount of time, I'm gonna be oily. So with the skin tint, a super lightweight, light coverage foundation, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. So it actually does look pretty good. I'm in bed because I'm tired. I just got back from dinner with my manager, which is great. I had 2 drinks and I'm such a lightweight. The rest of the makeup looks really, really good. You could see the eye makeup has not budged at all. The mascara did a really good job and didn't really flake or smudge or anything like that. I think some of this right here is actually from my eyeliner that I put in my waterline. The blush stayed all day. I feel like I need to try this foundation with a different face powder and see if it makes any difference at all, and maybe it'll help keep my oils at bay a little bit longer. So I have to continue testing and let you guys know, but so far everything is 10 out of 10, especially after 8 hours of wear. Full ass day. Okay, I'm impressed. I was a huge fan of everything that I used. For me, the key products were definitely the face products. I feel like Dior does a really good job of doing beautiful packaging. Their face products definitely stand out to me. This face and body foundation, I'm definitely gonna have to use a lot more because the finish on my skin is so pretty, and I feel like it photographs really well. It just looks like my skin but better. It just doesn't even look like I have a whole lot of coverage on, which I really like. The color matches me really, really well. The concealer I also really like. It's also like pretty big. Like if you compare it to the size of the foundation, like this is chunky. This is gonna last me a really long time. Also like how big the applicator as well. So these two, 10 out of 10. So far, really, really enjoyed that. The lip gloss is also so pretty. I feel like it makes my lips look really juicy and plump. The color is also gorgeous, and the mascara I really, really liked as well. I don't know if it is quite worth the monies, but it did give my lashes a lot of thickness and definition, and I love me a good mascara. So we'll see how this wears, especially on my lower lash line. I feel like that is gonna be the true test. Everything else to me, like this blush was really, really pretty. I don't know if it's worth spending the amount of money on it, but the color was absolutely gorgeous. I was worried whether or not it would show up on my skin tone, but obviously it did. It's very pigmented, and I do appreciate that it has a little mirror as well. The face powder I really liked. I have really oily skin, so I'm worried that it's not really gonna do much for keeping any of my oils at bay. So we'll see if it helps my under eyes to not crease or whatnot. But I think if you have dry skin and you struggled with powders looking too heavy or cakey on you, I think you will absolutely love that. I was really impressed by everything. I didn't try a single thing that I disliked. So everything from Dior, 100% I really, really enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this little full face brand review. Let me know down in the comments what brands you want me to see next. And I did recently film a jewelry collection video, so that video will be coming soon. If it's up before this one, I'll go ahead and link it up in the corner. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up because it helps me out so much. Also, hit the subscribe button, especially if you like me and my videos. I'd love for you to join the fam. But anyways, that is all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!